What's up, guys? It's your boy Swells23 here, and today we're going to go over the busts and the stars, as well as some of the average players that I think will come out of the NFL draft and how they will look in a couple years. So we're going to start with the busts. And I think some of the busts, I think DK Metcalf is going to be a bust. I think he's going to have a lot of problems with injuries, muscular-related injuries. I don't think he's going to be that quick compared to the other players. He's never played against players of NFL caliber level, of course, except for a couple college players, but he's never played against the best of the best in terms of corners and safeties and linebackers. I think he's going to be a bust. Maybe he'll get 800 yards or whatever his first year, depending on where he goes. Like somewhere like Baltimore, he will get a lot of yards because he's going to be the number one. But I can't see him doing well. I think he's just going to get hurt. Another bust for me is Rock Ya-Sin, the cornerback from Temple. I think he's a good player in college. However, he doesn't really have the experience against some of the best teams in some of the best players in the country, of course, being from Temple. And I think he's going to struggle to really get up to the NFL caliber, and I think as a result he's just going to end up being a bust. Drew Lock, not a fan personally. I just see him just being a backup, just your average backup quarterback. Dwayne Haskins is the same for me. I think he's just going to be a backup. I just don't think he's going to be that good. I really don't. He's like a little bit of a less athletic Geno Smith to me. They both got a rocket of an arm and can throw for 500 yards. Haskins is probably more accurate than Geno Smith. Geno Smith did throw a lot of interceptions, but I just don't think Haskins is quite polished enough to be a good NFL quarterback. Clelin Ferrell, not a fan of him either. Montez Sweat, I think injuries have kind of killed his draft stock, and while I think he can bounce back, I just don't think he will be the player that he could have been. I'm not sold on him. Other players, Devin Bush, McCoy, Dillard, Dexter Lawrence, some of those players, I think they're going to be more of busts than stars, to be honest. I don't think that they're going to be great players. And moving into the stars, I think some of the stars, Nick Bosa is going to be a star 100%. He's going to get double-digit sacks his first year. I think Ed Oliver, he's either going to be a star or a bust, but I think he's going to be a star. DeAndre Baker, I like DeAndre Baker, the cornerback out of Georgia. I like him, and I think he's going to be a fantastic selection for whoever they pick. I think Noah Fant is a fantastic selection at tight end. I think he is better than TJ Hawkinson, and I think he will end up being a fantastic tight end for whatever team he plays for. I would pick him up. N'Keal Harry, A.J. Brown, those are my two wide receivers that I would pick. I think they're fantastic wide receivers, and they are underrated. And it's good that they're hiding in the shadow of DK Metcalf and Hollywood Brown, because I think these are the better two wide receivers in the draft. Greedy Williams, he didn't have a good combine, but I personally think that he can bounce back from it. And for the selection as low as he could be, around the mid-20s, maybe even dip into the second round, I think that's going to be a great pick for whoever they pick, because I think that would be great value, and I think he will end up becoming a great corner for the team. Jeffrey Simmons, the defensive lineman from Mississippi State, I also think that he could end up coming back from the injury that he had, and I think he can be a really good player. However, I think just as much as Ed Oliver, he can also be hit or miss. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Juwan Taylor, the offensive lineman, I think he's going to be a good offensive lineman. I also think Ford's going to be a good offensive lineman. I think those two are the ones that I'm looking at, as well as Garrett Bradbury, the center, I think from Mississippi State. Not Mississippi, I think it's NC State. I'm not sure, though. Other players, I think I got it written down here. Draymond Jones. I think Draymond Jones is going to be a huge pickup for his second or third round wherever he goes. I think that's a fantastic selection. I see him being a star in the league. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I think he's a good safety from Florida. He's probably one of the best safeties in the draft. And he can develop into a star. I think he's going to be a star as well. Josh Jacobs, I think on Oakland, he can do really well. I think that would really balance the offense. He won't get overloaded with carries, but he also will get enough to make an impact. I think that would make him a fantastic running back, and I think that could help him develop. And you notice two players I haven't talked about are Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray is going to be an above-average quarterback. Depends what team he goes to. I think in Arizona he can do well, but if he goes to a team like the New York Giants, which he probably won't go to, but a team in like that system, I'm not feeling that system. But on a team like Arizona, if you put talent around him, along with Larry Fitzgerald, who he already has, that's perfectly fine for him. He's got a rocket of an arm, and I think he's going to be a good player. I do. I don't know if I talked about Quinnen Williams, but real quick, if I didn't already, I see him being an above-average player, not a superstar. I could see him getting double-digit sacks, but I'm cutting it off there. I just don't see him being an Aaron Donald. Did I say Eric? Aaron Donald type of player. Because Aaron Donald's a generational talent, and I'm not sure Quinnen Williams is even near that. Josh Allen, I think he'd be better at the outside linebacker than an edge rusher. I think as an outside linebacker, work on his agility, work on his speed. I think he'd be much better there, and I think that's where he's going to end up playing, hopefully for the Jets. I think that's a good fit for him, and he could really do some damage there. Brian Burns, another player that I think will just be average, but I do think he could be a good selection. Looking at my list a little bit more, that's really it though. Mack Wilson, he's been rumored to go high. He's also been rumored to go low. I wouldn't pick him. I think he'll just be an average player. A lot of the offensive linemen I think are hit or miss. I'm not sold on really many of them. And yeah, I think that's really it. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like. We're going to be doing some more. I'll be doing some NFL draft analysis after the draft, after the first round. That video will be out tomorrow. We're also going to be doing some Sporkle quizzes eventually. Maybe we'll be looking at the NHL draft. We'll be looking at plenty of things. So, I said NHL draft, that's not until like June, right? I'll be looking at that draft, NBA draft, all the drafts. But I'll also be talking about the Premier League. In my review of the Premier League this season, best players, worst players, I'll just be doing a lot of sports-related stuff in the coming weeks. Once again, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends. Get me to 1,000 views on this video because I know it deserves it, because my predictions are going to be correct. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.